Hello again, this is Magma, and it's that time. Something I've been putting off for the last 2 years. Final Fantasy V. I am so sorry, Cryle. For the ps1, yes indeed. Off the Chronicles collection. So yeah, let's go to a new game. Just to warn you ahead of time, I will be talking through cutscenes and during important plots, but I will cut out a lot of battles. So yeah, that's what you get out of this playthrough. Skits and stuff, maybe throughout, but, you know. Speaking of skits and cutscenes, here's one now. It's a dark summer's day. Turn to morning. Nice architecture, by the way. Looks like a place I'd want to live. If it had electricity. And here comes our man. Well, no, that's not our man. He's somebody totally unrelated to that dragon. That squeaks. Princess Rena. This princess must stay at this castle. Something's wrong with the wind. So yes, this Final Fantasy, like others, deals a lot with the elements of wind, fire, and I'll let you guess the other two. Earth and water. Duh. So yeah, apparently the king gets to ride a dragon. And that's pretty awesome. Are we the king? Hint, no. No, Final Fantasy V never came out for the US until... I know, that's crazy. And here's something totally unrelated, but it is. Pirates! Arr, matey, this gave a game with pirates in it. And we all know a ship doesn't do very well without wind, if it has sails. And something also unrelated, but it is. And of course, like a good princess, she's not just gonna stand there. She's gonna do something. So here we are at the Wind Shrine. Yep, we're dealing with crystals again. But this one's a little bit different than Final Fantasy IV. Oh my! Crystals are breaking up. But why is that? Well, you'll have to watch the rest of the playthrough to find out. And here's something totally unrelated. A boy in this chocobo. Out in the middle of nowhere. Camping. But it's dangerous out in the woods. Especially when this happens. Especially when that happens. So, hop on your chocobo, and don't forget, always put out your force fire. So now we finally have control after about 5 minutes of the beginning cutscene. So here's our hero... Question mark? Indeed. And he's just a level 1 something or another. He doesn't have a job. He's a hobo. We're gonna leave the battle mode at wait, just so I can explain a few things along the way if necessary. And I'm also lazy. Command set. You can have a window or short. More on that later. The gauge, of course, you know, is the active time battle gauge. And you can set your cursor to remember where it was, if you're in case of a hurry. And new to this series, optimum settings. That's going to be great, and you will find out later, and you probably already know. And of course, in case you have a sibling who wants to play controller. And as always, we can mess with the window color. We're going slightly blue. Sure, why not? This guy has no magic, but there's a lot of types of magic this time. Do they relate to jobs? Absolutely. But once again, this guy is a hobo. He only has a broadsword and leather armor. So yes, being on a PlayStation 1, of course, it has the memo, which you can go back quickly while the power is still on. Or of course the regular memory card slots of 1 and 2. Let's see, do I have more slots in slot 2? Oh my! Spoiler! Not to mention it's not free in any way. So yes, we'll use this free block. And I'll clear up more slots later. Or so I thought. Being an RPG, it takes a lot more than I thought. So one quick moment. Yes, there we go. That was quite embarrassing. You'd think I'd check my cards before I actually started LPing this. Yes, I'm actually doing this on a PlayStation 2. Let's play PlayStation 1 games, fortunately. Backwards compatibility for the win. It's nice they start you out with 500 gold, but more importantly, more enough chocobo. Chocobos are awesome. And of course we can press the triangle button to go to the status screen. X will be your yes button. Circle will mean your no button. But there's more to it on the overhead screen. More on that later. It looks PlayStation 4-y. But right now, let's check out the Tycoon Meteor. Tycoon Meteor? It just landed and then we already gave it a name? Yes, indeed. So Boko's gonna have to wait. What a name for a chocobo. His name Boko. Chocobo. I feel smarter already. Also, you can hold in the circle button to move faster while you're in a dungeon, town, etc. But what's this plot? Come back with that girl, you fiends. She looks familiar. But more importantly, there's a bunch of goblins. Goblins are no match for us. And as you see, active time battle. The meter fills up, and when it's full, you can use a command. In this case, fighter item. To easily dispatch your opponents, and say yes. Well, that was pretty easy. But who is this girl we found? She has pink hair. That's sexy. But far more importantly, We'll call this guy. What should I call this guy? Should he be the butts of all our jokes? Maybe we'll call him his default name, Barts, which changed from Butts. But no, because I am Magma WK. Our Magma in particular, we shall name him Magma. Because I like naming characters after myself. Preferably not with a messed up A. There we go. You can call me Magma Man. And yes, we're freelancers. We ride the wind. Speaking of rides, that meteor looks ridiculous. And when it hits the Earth, it's called a meteorite. Something to do with the wind?
I know. You want that, right?
Already? Speaking of what? Which? We got question marks above our head. That can only mean one thing. Do you see it? Well, I see it too. And in our next video, you'll see what I mean. And I don't mean Magma and Rena getting bare. Oh my. Magma okay, saying goodnight. And if you ever do see a meteorite, be sure to check it out and kill the goblins that are next to it.